I'm just gonna get right into filming. Hey everyone, welcome back to my perspective. I just got off from work, thought that right now is the best time for me to film a podcast episode. We're just gonna get back into the groove of filming and editing and getting things up back into routine. So a quick update is Max left for Florida, trying to be positive of like, oh, what's everything I'm gonna get back into routine? What's everything I'm gonna get done basically. He's gone 8 months out of the year, which is a huge chunk of time. It's also a huge chunk of time for me to grind without him here, which is great for like my passions and my work and all of that. With that being said, one of the things on my list is to get back into the podcast. I feel a bit, burnt out. I felt like nothing has been new in my life and I haven't had much to share. So today's episode is a Q&A answering your questions. If you want to be submitted into next Q&A's episode, follow me on Instagram. I actually changed the Instagram name to Rooted with Shelby because my health coaching website and all that is coming out, and I'm hint that's going to be the name of my health coaching. So I just thought that instead of making a whole other Instagram, I might as well just change my podcast Instagram. If anybody else does social media, I want your thoughts on having a separate social media from your main account, the Instagram you've used to just post cute photos of you and your friends and your boyfriend and from college, and your Instagram of wellness or a book Instagram or trying to be an influencer, whatever. Do you always have a second Instagram, or did you just make your main account the everything Instagram? Because a part of me likes it separate because I think it can be like different companies, and I like it separate because I already have 600 followers on my Instagram, so I don't really need, like, what if those 600 aren't from my main account? Then I'm like losing all those people. But then I have more followers on my main account, but what if they don't want to see that content? So let me know your thoughts if you also do social media. Change my Instagram name, so that's where you can find me. And once in a while, I'll post like a little Q&A, submit a question or topics for new episodes. So I did have that, and I need to do that because they're really good ideas. And with me being burnt out of like ideas and what to talk about, it's a great idea to just talk about what you guys want to hear. This past weekend, the past week or two have solely been hanging out with Max, which makes sense. He was leaving. Some other things I really want to get back into. I think I just want to be more consistent with YouTube and podcasts and social media in general with Max gone. And then I need to dive back into my friendships because much time when he's here because I see him all the time. And I think just resting too, getting back into working out. I don't know, kind of just living my normal life. I feel like a year post grad, I finally feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. I'm very settled into where I live. I'm very settled in with all the friendships I have, and I'm really grateful for all the friendships that I've built. My workout routine is solid. I just feel like nothing's new. Like everything is really solid right now, which is really nice because when I first graduated, I was so stressed out about money, about my job, about friends. Like I was so anxious about what's gonna happen. What do I do? It is true. My sister told me, give yourself 1 full year. And I did, and I feel great. This is hope to anyone who's finished moving to a new area or moving schools, whatever it is. Just give yourself a full year before you make any drastic decisions, because it might work out just the way you planned it, but you also have to put the work in. If you graduated college and you're living at home and you're not trying to make friends, you're not trying to meet anyone, you're just going to your job or going to your workout class, you can't expect yourself to have really solid friendships in 1 year. When I first graduated, I went to every single club, workout class, friends of friends. Like I put myself in every scenario to meet people, and I said yes to everything. And then I literally made a list of all the people I've met and that I wanted to be friends with, and I like categorized them. I would reach out to each of those people until I finally had my list solid of like, okay, I don't need to categorize my friends. I don't need to have a to-do list of who to text when and when to hang out with them and when I last saw them. I just now know who my good friends are, which is nice. I'm a tad type A, but also I can't really tell if I'm type B. Like, you know, the type A friend is like the one who makes the agenda, but then the type B friend like doesn't have a credit card, always loses their phone, their house is messy. Like, I feel like I'm a mix of both. I've had the worst nausea today and eye pain It's probably good I'm not looking at a camera right now, or like my phone and computer for the rest of the day. I used to do what book I'm reading, and I actually just finished 75% of Outliers, and if I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't like it. I did think some of the stories were cool, but it just gave you a bunch of little stories about Outliers, not one giant story or how they tied together. So my Libby library, like free library audiobook, already returned it, and I'm not gonna go on the wait list for 25% of the book because I didn't really enjoy it. What I started reading today was The Heart's Invisible Furies by John Bone. So far I haven't gone into it. I'm also not super into dated eras, if that makes sense. I kind of like 2000s. I don't know. I love rom-coms, so rom-coms or autobiographies are my favorite. I don't really know what this book is about. I probably just got recommended by someone. So I used to listen to the book and then also read it on my Kindle to get it done faster. And so I thought these were two different books, but they're the same one. So that's the book I'm reading right now. I guess my obsession for like the past 6 months has been Netflix. Last year was a huge reader in, well, actually, okay, I can attribute my lack of reading, or no, my lack of TV watching was I didn't have a TV last year. I didn't have a TV, so I'd only watch on my computer, and I would read my Kindle almost every single night. I was a huge reader. And this year, as soon as I moved, I stopped reading. I stopped my nighttime routine. I'm super into Netflix, which is like totally fine. My goal for the year is to scroll less on my phone when I'm in bed. I would prefer myself to watch Netflix up until 9 p.m. and then go to bed versus scrolling on my phone until 9 p.m. because when I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm like, okay, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and I always need it to be a 5 minute, like I need it to cut off at the exact time, and then I try to go that minute until the new number comes on. So I just end up scrolling on my phone way too long, and then I'm like, shoot, now I'm deviating into my time of sleep. And I can sleep, guys. I slept 11 hours on Saturday. I actually forgot my phone in my car. It would be a 15-minute walk there and back. 5 minutes I walked to my apartment, then it'd be 5 minutes walk back to my car, and then 5 minutes walk to my apartment. I was like, yeah, my phone's just gonna stay in the car, and hopefully I wake up on time for my Pilates class. And I did. I woke up actually 3 times because I was nervous about missing it. I woke up at 8:30, 9:30, and 10, and I had to wake up at 10, latest 10:30 to make the class, but like I wanted to eat breakfast and stuff, and I woke up on time. Yeah, it was kind of nice having a whole night without my phone. I wish I could do that more often, but my Hatch alarm clock did go off at 8:30, which is fine, but I couldn't turn it off with my computer and I didn't have my phone, so I couldn't change the time. My dislike of the week is probably just that I've been nauseous all day and my eyes hurt. I bet I could plug it into something. If you guys listen to the podcast, can you DM me and let me know if you like video or you listen to the audio better? And then do you also follow the other social media platforms, my platforms? Let's go into the questions. I read them over, but I did this a while ago, so I don't really remember. Okay, first one, and I also didn't prep for them, which is pretty notorious for me. Fave non-toxic skincare and makeup. Gosh, I could make this a whole episode. For non-toxic, my favorite non-toxic skincare is Primely Pure. I actually have a discount code. I always post all the discount codes in my descriptions. I love their packaging. I love the ingredients, and it's very easy. I've bought in Max a whole set from there. They sell beef tallow. Beef tallow personally makes me break out like crazy. Using beef tallow is a 50-50 chance if you're gonna break out if you have acne prone skin, and I have acne prone skin. I gave it to Max for Christmas, and his skin looks so good. He has very dry skin. His skin is way less flaky. It looks very hydrated. He's not breaking out. Definitely works for his skin type. So every product I have from them was their face wash. Max has their beef tallow. I've used their body wash, which I really liked. I have their everything spray, so I pretty much will put deodorant on like before I leave the house, and then if I'm going anywhere else that day, I'll just spray like my armpits and just like freshen up. I have their exfoliating brush, which I really like. It's like a little dry brush for your face. And then I also had their soothing spray, so kind of like a toner, which I really liked and I should repurchase. Other non-toxic skincare brand is ClearStem. So ClearStem, I also have a discount code with. They are non-toxic and acne safe. For them, I have their exfoliator, which I love because it's super gentle and you can use it every single day. And then I have their Clarity Serum, which is the yellow serum, and I use that to help and prevent breakouts. And I use that at night, and you have to let it sit for 10 minutes. Also have their Cell Renew, which is the blue serum bottle. And that one I use in the morning to help my skin get a new skin barrier for like acne, scars, and hyperpigmentation. Currently, I'm using Attitude's face wash. This brand Mustela, I'm pretty sure it's a French brand micellar water, and I get it from Thrive Market. That's like my non-negotiable. I do that in the morning when I come home from work and at night. Currently, the moisturizer I'm using is Tower 28's Recovery Balm. It is so good, guys. If you have acne prone skin and you're looking for something non-toxic, this doesn't have any pore clogger ingredients, and it's super hydrating. It looks like the Hailey Bieber's balm thing that she came out with, but that is has pore clogging ingredients, so I couldn't get it. For sunscreen, I use Good Molecules, which is just from Target. It's mineral, it's non-toxic, and it does its job, which is great. I don't love the packaging, but you can't love the packaging of everything. And then for makeup, I love Merit. I love their packaging. Majority of their products are acne safe too. Some other non-toxic brands is Ilia. I have their lip liner, brow pencil. I think Well People is also non-toxic. RMS Beauty is non-toxic. Emily Perez, I don't know if that's how you say it, something like that. I think that's all of the makeup products. I'm currently looking for a non-toxic and acne safe concealer. So if anyone knows of any, let me know. Been searching for one for a while. Second question is my dream job. What is my dream job? I used to say for the longest time podcasting. I think because I got burnout, I can't say it because you shouldn't get burnout of your dream job. I think being like a functional practitioner, I wouldn't say doctor because I don't want to go to med school. I could see myself running my own company, which is I'm slowly starting as a health coach. So eventually in the world of my health coaching, I want to eventually go to school to run lab tests and also understand them, probably just expand my scope of practice as a health coach. So then become a naturopath. I want to go to extended school so that I can help more people. I also could see myself doing that, but also running my own company and hiring people who can do all of that and having my own platform for women for hormones and non-toxic living. So I do see myself doing that in the next 10 years. It's a dream job, but I also think it's attainable. Advice for long distance friendships. So I obviously have a long distance boyfriend, but because of college, which is the one thing I hate about college, is that you meet so many great people, so many close friends, and you guys all live together and get so close in those 4 years, and then you all move apart for the most part. That just sucks. I wish that everybody just stayed in that town that you went to school. Obviously, I didn't stay in that town, but I just mean college in general. If I didn't have a long distance boyfriend, I would be better about planning trips, but obviously my time off of work and my money goes toward visiting him. I'll just give you advice for what I do with my boyfriend because it's pretty much the same with friends. Plan the next time you're already going to see them. So before Max even left to go to Florida, we already planned our trip for March. I also think sending voice memos so you can hear their voice, hear their tone. Sometimes it's hard to reply back and forth. As a friend, you should put a restriction on what time they need a reply by. Just know that they're busy, they have their own life, they're going to reply when they can. If your friend is planning things as a group, I always invite majority of my friends if I can, and I would love if they could come. If you're not super far and you can make the trip out there, do it. That's kind of hard though. I don't know, if you're on social media, interact with their content. Liking someone's story goes a longer way than people think. If you are a call or a FaceTime person, just call them. With Max, I pretty much will call him every single day after work or on my way to work. Granted, I live 3 minutes away. I just want to hi and bye. And what I've always said is, if you can talk, pick up the phone. If you can't, don't pick up the phone. It's more of a checking in. Obviously, if you don't ever get a phone call from that person, text them, be like, hey, is everything okay? But I would love if my friends called me more often. But also, I don't really call my friends. I have friends who are callers. I wouldn't say I'm much of a caller. But I think that would be different if I didn't have a long distance boyfriend, because I feel that's already so much energy and it's hard to put into my long distance friends. For reassurance and anxiety, know that if nothing happened, if you guys just haven't talked in 2 weeks, nothing bad happened, you guys are still friends. They're just busy. You're just busy, and you guys will pick up exactly where you left off, especially when you hang out. just make the effort. Where do you see yourself at the end of this year? That's a good question. So in terms of living, Max and I are moving in together at the end of the year when he comes back from off season. So that's like what's really getting me through this off season. I mean, it just started. It's been 2 days without him. Just knowing that like, oh my God, we're going to live together. So I'm going to see him every single day and we're going to have our own place and we'll get to decorate and we'll have breakfast together and dinner together and we'll grocery shop, you know, like the normal relationship things. So definitely see myself with Max living our cozy little coastal life. I honestly see myself pretty much in the same where I'm at now. I'm like really happy with where I'm at. Hopefully I'll be health coaching or I'll at least have one client this year. I definitely want to focus on that and market towards that and put my energy towards that. I also see myself making more podcast episodes and YouTube videos. Besides social media and my health coaching, there's nothing like crazy different I see in my life. I'm really content with where I'm at. I think it took me a long time to get there. This is probably why my therapist wants to make me stop seeing her because I'm doing well. Also, update on like my health. I've been feeling pretty good the past couple weeks. It's definitely attributed to not drinking. I drink on New Year's and didn't feel sick at all because I had natural wine pretty much all night. Not drinking wine has like been the key this year so far. Being more wholesome. Oh, I really want to do something creative this year. Hope to feel accomplished by the end of the year. Actually just did what I really wanted to and more comfortable in myself and my life. Tips for living with a roommate or friend? That's a good question. I had roommates my sophomore year, my junior year, and 1 year post-grad, not right after post-grad. And I think that was a really hard transition. I honestly do not recommend. People already told me that. Like, don't go from living together to having roommates. I had the opportunity to live alone, so like I wasn't gonna say no to that. Tips for having a roommate is be super upfront right away. When I was looking for a roommate, I wanted to know how clean she was, how often is her boyfriend gonna come over, does she mind if people sleeping over, does she like to cook a lot, what are her hobbies, like really try to get to know the person. And like just like be straightforward and ask all those questions. And I got really lucky. Me and my roommate are on paper oddly similar in terms of like the cleaning products we use, the food we eat, how much we cook. We don't go out to eat. We both love to do Pilates. We both work full time. Like we both are in relationships, that sort of thing. So I think being super straightforward. And if you're living with more than one person, I think a cleaning list is always good. Like I always had a chores list in college. I'd always make it for everyone. That just makes sure that not one person is doing all the work. I think it's much easier with 2 people because if you see it's dirty, just clean it versus 3 people. I don't know. You get resentful or something. Being super honest. Like I told my roommate I work all day and then I usually come home and continue to work. So I'm not usually much of a chatterbox. Like I just like to be alone. It's nothing to do with her. Or I go to bed early. It's not because I don't want to talk to you. I'm just tired. And so I told her that before we moved in, and I pretty much have done that. But I also think that if you have a problem with your roommate, they did something you didn't like or you want them to do it differently, be super nice about it. Personally, I take everything personal and really dissect somebody's tone of voice and just think of like, oh, they could have said it like this. Like why are they so mean? You know, like be nice. My roommate is super good about if she makes something, she always asks if I want some or if I want to try something of hers, or if I go get coffee, like I'll ask. She's never taken me up on it, but I always ask if she wants something. Like if you can afford it, a matcha is $8. Like every once in a while, be like, ask your roommate if she wants a coffee or if she wants a pastry if you're already gonna go somewhere. Like do something a little considerate or try to hang out with them or like watch a movie that night with them. Like you don't need to be good friends with your roommates, but I do think you need your home environment to be cordial and comfortable for everybody to live in. Favorite spots in Orange County? Matcha places. Neat. They make pretty much everywhere that makes their own almond milk. Coffee Dose makes their own almond milk. Neat has really good yogurt bowls and gluten-free avocado toast. So fire. And they also have really good toast with jam, so you can get the half and half. Coffee Dose has really good just like eggs, toast, also gluten-free, bacon, and they also have really good gluten-free waffles. Hot Cakes has really good gluten-free pancakes, and they also just came out with a seed oil-free menu, and so they also have matcha now with seed oil-free almond milk 3 trees, which is is like my favorite. For lunch places, I love Goop and I love Vibe. Vibe is vegan. I'm not vegan, but their wraps are so good. They also sell Sweet Laurel's bakery stuff, and then they also have good smoothies. I love Sweet Green. That's pretty much everywhere. I don't think I eat anywhere else. Flower Child is really good. Ooh, for sushi, Sugarfish just opened up in CDM. It's so good to die for. If I could eat there every day, I would. But for like cheaper sushi, I just go to Sushi District. Pitfire has really good pizza. My favorite is the Honey Bear. My health coach update, which I pretty much did. I'm almost done with my website. I just need to connect the scheduler, the payment app, and like a contact form, or like if I want to do like a blog page or something. I pretty much have all my packages done, my About Me page done, my front page done. I should change out the photos. Like they're all professional photos from my internship. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm really excited about that. I just like want it out and feel accomplished, and then like I slowly will probably start making videos about it, or going to talk to businesses to get recommendations, or like go work for someone, you know, like figure it out once that piece of it is done. But I think having my website where people can actually sign up is like a big part of it. What is the place in Costa Mesa that develops the Fiji film, or like your disposable film? So I go to the Photo Lab in Costa Mesa, and I'm pretty sure it's under $20, but they give it to you within 24 hours. You can get them printed or digital, and they are so good. Don't do it through CVS or Walmart because you're gonna wait weeks. The photo quality is not as good. I'm pretty sure if the Photo Lab they can't get the quality, they'll run it even better. I haven't done that in so long. I just always forget to take photos. Where is the lamp in my room? So my lamp is just from Amazon, but the red light where I post on social media and everything is from Amazon. So I just get a LED changeable light bulb, and then I put it on red every single night. It doesn't give you necessarily health benefits of like healing, but the red light is really good at night, so you're not looking at blue light, and it helps your body regulate to know it's time to go to bed. So if you want like a medical grade light, I recommend the Loom Box, which I have and I got for Christmas. Next is, have I tried Rituals Symbiotic? No, I've only tried Rituals Multivitamin, which I really like. Most multivitamins don't really give you the benefit that they say they do. Like I personally don't think like they can fit everything they're saying into one little pill. I think Ritual is third-party tested, and I really trust their product and their founders. So if you're gonna do a multivitamin, I definitely recommend them. The question I got was they are constantly getting yeast infections and they don't know what brand to try. The best pre and probiotic for yeast infections is Seed. They have one specifically for yeast infections, and it's third-party tested, and it's the best one out there. Then the second one was by Organic Olivia. She has one called Flora V, and I would say that is the second best pre and probiotic that you can take orally. What I recommend when it comes to pre and probiotics is to take one for whatever you're specifically looking for. After you're done with that cycle, switch to a different brand, because your body will get used to the strains in the pre and probiotic. Currently, I'm taking Seed, but when I'm done, I'm probably gonna try Rituals, and then after that, I'll go back to Seed, or I'll try Arrays, or I'll try Organic Olivia's. Like I'm just gonna rotate so my body just doesn't get used to that specific strain over and over. Seeds is very good. Okay, next one is, have you been to Body Collective by Wild Goose in Costa Mesa? Do you like it? This is a Pilates studio here in Costa Mesa. I do like Body Collective. It's definitely one of my favorites on ClassPass. So what I do with ClassPass is every single studio within 10 minutes of my vicinity, I favorite if I like the studio. Only look at their schedule to book. When it comes to credits, I won't spend more than 5 credits on a mat Pilates class, and then I won't spend more than 7 on Reformer. Unless somebody's asking to go with me, then I'll spend more because I want to go with my friend. For Body Collective, it's mat Pilates. I like majority of the instructors. I don't necessarily not like one place over the other. It's mainly the instructors. I mean, okay, specifically for a place, it has to be cute and aesthetic and close to me and cheap. For the instructors, I have a list of every instructor I don't like at each studio, so I don't go back to them. And it's not like they're a bad person, it's just their teaching style, whether they say the same same thing over and over. Their class structure is too repetitive or basic or too hard. I don't like how they count, or I don't like their music. So it's not even like anything to do with them as a person. I just don't like their teaching style. And so I'm not going to go back because there's a million studios over here and a million people who teach Pilates. Like if I'm going to spend money to go to a Pilates class, I really want to like that person or that class. So I'm not going to waste my time and money going to somewhere that I don't really like. I've been ordering from Sunbasket for like 3 years. I am now an affiliate with them. So if anybody wants like $90 off meals from them, I have a discount code, which will be linked in the description. So many discount codes in this episode. I also started ordering from Organic Orin because it's the same quality. It's delivered already made to me. Bougie, right? I should have ordered this week, but I kept forgetting. Now I don't have any food for the week. I haven't ordered food for like the past 2 weeks. My favorite meals from them, if anybody ever orders, is their salmon, anything with steak. Their yams are to die for, and their overnight oats and chia pudding. Those are like all my recommendation if anybody ever orders from Organic Orin. It is so worth it. I know everybody complains how expensive and how small the portions are, but personally I think I overeat. So the servings are 1.5 to 2 servings, so I just split it in half right when I get it and put it in a different container, and then I don't overeat. It is the best thing ever. I can't believe I found that. I found it off of a podcast episode. What's my take on stevia? I don't like stevia. If I can avoid it, I do avoid it. My first response is I prefer maple syrup, monk fruit, honey, coconut sugar over stevia. Stevia can actually impact your gut microbiome. So I knew it affected hormones. Stevia can also impact fertility and hormones, which obviously is not good. Also been shown to potentially increase estrogen. So if you're having any sort of hormonal issues, it can impact that even more. Personally, I just avoid it. I don't think it's necessary. You can sweeten drinks and sweets with other things that are more natural to us. Last question is, do I have any good pre-workout recommendations? So for pre-workout, I researched all the best because that's what I do when someone asks me a question. Second to last question. One is by Possible, which I currently am using their electrolytes. I actually don't recommend them because they are so disgusting. They are a whole food and don't have any additives, and they're organic, which is really important to me, but they're disgusting. They do sell a pre-workout. Hopefully it tastes better. And then the brand Naked Nutrition also has one that looks pretty good. So those are the two I'd recommend. Other than that, I couldn't really find any that are organic, don't have added anything in them. If anyone has any recommendations, feel free to send them my way. And then lastly, somebody asked me supplement recommendations for gut health, fatigue. I think that was it. And like going to bed or something. So I pretty much wrote them all out. The first is for pre and probiotic brands. I love Ritual and Seed. For bloating, I recommend Array. For magnesium, the brands I recommend are Trace Minerals, Symbiotica, Pure, Array, and Probiomed. When you're tired and you just need to pick me up during the day, I recommend Symbiotica. I've also heard really great things about Heart and Soil, but I've never used it, so I just said that one with caution. That is all the questions for today's episode. Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you ever want to submit a question, feel free to follow the Instagram. You guys know where to find all my other social platforms: Pinterest, TikTok, Threads, Substack, all the things. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.